people buy from people. And the best way that you are going to connect with your audience and move them from just being a follower to actually being an engaged, warm lead and a potential client is building that know, like, and trust factor with them. And the quickest and easiest way that you do that. Hi YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. If you are new around here, then hi, I'm Foxwell. I'm an Instagram strategist and educator, dropping a brand new video on YouTube every single week, all about Instagram marketing. If you are a returning viewer, a returning subscriber, then thank you so much for your ongoing support. In today's video, we're talking all about how to attract more clients using Instagram. The first things we're going to talk about are making sure that your bio is set up properly and that you have a cohesive main feed that looks professional and of a high standard, so that any strangers landing on your Instagram account who have less than a second to decide whether you're worth following or not, well, it'll be a no-brainer for them to hit follow. So the first thing to say is to make sure that your bio is really clear and compelling, that it spells out in the first line what you do and who you help, and ideally what transformation you are providing for your ideal client. You also want to make sure that you have some credentials in your bio as well to help underscore your authority. So those credentials might be academic credentials. If you're a certified health coach, for example, you might feature some of the publications that you've been featured in. You may have in there the amount of people that you've worked with or the amount of sales you've made. So what credentials could you include to help prove your authority? And make sure you have a keyword in the name section of your bio. So if that means removing your name from the name section or shortening your name to make way for a keyword, then do it. Because that section of your bio is the only searchable section of your biography. And that means that when people are typing into the Instagram search box, London hairstylist, wedding photographer, SEO expert, you want to come as far up the search rankings as you possibly can. And the best way to do that is to include that keyword in your name section. So make sure you have that in there as well. Final thing I'll say about your bio is to make sure that whatever you have in your URL, you want to make sure that you are giving people a really clear call to action to take the next step, down your Instagram sales funnel. So whether it is a freebie that you have available for your ideal clients to download to get onto your email list, whether you are pointing them straight to a form to fill out to work with you, an application form, or maybe you're pointing them towards a Facebook group where you host regular trainings and provide more resources. Whatever it is, make sure that you have a really clear call to action, encouraging people to take that next step and join the Facebook group or download the freebie or fill out the application form. Because like I say, it's pushing people down the sales funnel. It's really helping educate them on what you do more clearly, because just because they've hit follow, they're still new, they're still fresh, they still don't really know what you are capable of and how they can work with you. So help push them further down that sales funnel with a clear call to action. The next tip to getting more clients on Instagram is to share content that is helpful or educational, that isn't just content that is promotional or acts as your portfolio. So for example, if you are an artist or a creative, don't just use Instagram as your portfolio, as I said, but think about the ways in which you can actually provide value to your ideal clients. How can you enrich their lives in some small way? By sharing a how-to content, tutorial, tips and tricks, words of wisdom. Think about the common questions your ideal client has and the common struggles that they have, and then think about the content you could create to solve some of those struggles. The same goes whether you're a service-based business or a product-based business. You don't just want to be being promotional and talking about the products that you sell. You also want to be tapping into the way that Instagram users use the platform. They come to Instagram not only to follow their favorite brands, but also to be entertained, educated, and inspired. So think about how you can provide that for your ideal clients. How can you entertain them? How can you inspire them? How can you educate them? The more that you do this and the more you provide value to your target audience, your ideal clients, the more likely they will stay engaged with you and the more they will see you as that go-to expert in your niche who not only talks about what you do, but also taps into the way that your ideal clients like to use Instagram as well. You want to attract more clients to your Instagram account, right? Well, one of the best ways to do that is to create shareable content that gets more people, more eyes on your content, and more people coming back to your Instagram account. Shareable content examples include content that taps into the cultural zeitgeist, content that really gets inside the head of your ideal client, and content that is a little bit controversial. Remember, shareable content isn't so mediocre content. It's content that really does tap into your ideal client's internal psyche or makes a stand for or against something. So to create this type of content, obviously the first thing to say is to be tapped into cultural happenings and moments that are happening that matter to your target audience. Other ways of creating shareable content is to think about what matters to your target audience and also what beliefs they have, both positive and negative, about your industry. So to give you a quick couple of examples, if you're a beauty brand, then getting their hoard of products through airport security might really matter to your target audience. And this is a really shareable piece of content created by Glossier. If your target audience are busy working mums or female entrepreneurs, then tapping into that experience they have of finding switching off from work really hard is going to resonate deeply with them. And it's going to make content that is irresistibly shareable. And when your content is shared, it gets more eyeballs on your content, more exposure, and that means more opportunities for you to get in front of potential new clients. Next thing I'm going to talk about is using hashtags. You want to use hashtags wisely and strategically. Every post that you share on Instagram, make sure you're using a combination of hashtags that are related to what you do and are related to the image that you are sharing, but also that you're using some of those hashtags so that they're related to your target audience. So you're killing two birds with one stone. You're making sure that you're using hashtags relevant to you, but also relevant to your target audience and your ideal clients. If you want to learn more about my 2020 hashtag strategy and how I am using hashtags to get found by more of the right people and my ideal clients, then check the video I'm linking to above my head after this one. So the next thing to do to get more clients on Instagram is to get on video. And that can be stories, that can be Instagram Live, that can be IGTV. But the reason that video is so important is that people buy from people. And the best way that you are going to connect with your audience and move them from just being a follower to actually being an engaged, warm lead and a potential client is building that know, like, and trust factor with them. And the quickest and easiest way that you do that is by showing up on video. It's uncomfortable at first, but it really is key to deepening those relationships with your ideal clients and also positioning yourself as the expert, which is only so possible with static imagery. So show up on video, taking people behind the scenes of your day, taking them on a day in the life, talking about the results that you have helped others achieve, and also sharing that educational, valuable content that we talked about earlier in the video, how-tos, tips and tricks, mini trainings. This is all really great content to help position you as the expert and convince your ideal clients that they should be working with you. The final thing I'm talking about in this video to get you more clients on Instagram is to go out there and be proactive and engage with the people that look like your ideal clients. Don't wait for people to find you on Instagram. It's a very saturated, busy platform, as you probably already know. So go out there and be the one that initiates communication. Start conversations, start warming up people. The best way to do that is using hashtags to find your ideal clients. Again, you can find out how to do this more effectively and in more detail in the video I'm linking to above my head. But use hashtags to find your ideal clients. Also, check out the people that are engaging with your competitors and also on complementary brands and businesses to your own. But go out there and start conversations. Leave valuable comments on people's content that shows that you've read and actually engaged with the caption they've written. Engage with their stories, send them DMs, start normal, human, personal conversations that have nothing to do with sales, to start actually just building relationships. And then you can start talking to them about the problems, the struggles they're having and how you can help solve them. But really just start by going out there and being interactive and being engaging. The algorithm will love you for it and you will start to build relationships that will help turn into your ideal customers and clients that will actually want to work with you further down the road. And when you're having conversations with people in the DMs, respond with voice notes. Hearing your voice is a great way to build intimacy with people and to warm up leads. If you want to find out any more information about how I use Instagram stories to turn personal conversations in the DMs into sales conversations naturally and in a way that doesn't feel salesy or slimy, check out the video above my head after this one. That's all for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've learned a bit more about how you can get your clients on Instagram. If you enjoyed this video, then do give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe and bell button so you never miss a new video when it goes live. If you liked this video, I've dropped a bunch of free resources in the description box below, including a link to my free 4-day email challenge, which is great whether you're brand new to Instagram or whether you've been on Instagram for a while and are feeling a little bit stagnant, then check out that challenge. I will see you next week for a brand new video, guys. Thank you. Bye.